People choose the types of cars they buy for many different reasons. Some look for good gas mileage, others cargo space, maybe comfortable seats. But people who can afford to buy one of these cars look for something entirely different. They're looking for perfection on wheels.
Ferrari. It's more than just a car. To some, it's art. To others, it's pure adrenaline. And to car buffs, it's the stuff that dreams are made of.
Fast. I'm not sure, but there's a good chance in first gear that you would probably be breaking the law. Unrestrained opulence.
They are boy toys, right?
We can dream, though, you know.
Fantastica.
In any language, these cars are extreme, extremely fast, and extremely expensive.
Well, if you have to ask, you can't afford it.
But even with a price tag of up to $650,000, Ferrari buyers with enough cash might be on a waiting list for 4 years to get a new one. To prepare for my journey behind the closed doors of the world's premier exotic sports car, I began where most people would, at a dealership, to see them on the showroom floor. There are only 33 Ferrari dealers in the entire United States. This one in Greenwich, Connecticut, will sell just 110 Ferraris in a year. These expensive cars are within reach of just a handful of wealthy buyers.
And you'll notice there, as everybody else looks for the sticker price, there's a sticker, there's just no price.
This Ferrari 575M starts at $240,000.
How fast will this one go?
This one has a 0 to 60 time of almost 4 seconds flat.
4 seconds?
Yes.
Okay.
Just about 4 seconds flat. Top speed of 202 miles per hour.
202 miles an hour. That's a little bit over the speed limit here in this town.
Quite a bit, almost 4 times the speed limit on the highway here.
But when you shell out what equals a trunkload of money, you pay for more than raw speed. You get the tradition, the mystique, the legend of Ferrari. A legend that was created in Italy. There is something about the Italian culture, its art and people, that have put an indelible mark on the car, synonymous with speed and style. It's said that sex sells, but in Italy, the chairman and CEO of Ferrari sells the romance.
For me, Ferrari has to be like a good-looking woman. As soon as you see the woman in the street, in the restaurant, in the house, you feel that it's very, very beautiful.
While on the outside, Ferrari may be all about sex appeal, on the inside, it has the heart and soul of a race car. Formula One is considered to be the most elite car racing in the world. In Europe, it's more than just a pastime, it's a passion.
How important is Formula One?
Well, Formula One is let's say, it's the past and it's the future of Ferrari. It's the reason of being for Ferrari. Ferrari has always been in Formula One.
For more than 50 years, Ferrari has been the leading name in Formula One racing. The founder, Enzo Ferrari, was a driver himself.
I think that Enzo Ferrari has been for Ferrari what Walt Disney was be for Walt Disney Company. A founder, a man with ideas, with creativity, that has done something unique.
It was 1947 when Enzo Ferrari sent his first car to the track. Today, thousands of victories later, Team Ferrari has become world champion on the Grand Prix circuit for 3 consecutive years. They take that heritage and that technology and build it into their cars.
For me, for us, for Ferrari, racing represents the most advanced technology research for our road cars. Aerodynamic, electronic, many elements are based on our Formula One experience and success.
Ferraris are built in the north of Italy, about an hour from Milan in the small city of Maranello. There is no mistaking this as a company town. From the Enzo Ferrari Auditorium to the Ferrari restaurant to the Ferrari Prancing Horse logo on stoplights around the plant. Since the passing of Enzo Ferrari in 1988, the company has been owned by the biggest car maker in Italy, Fiat. What does the chairman and CEO of Ferrari drive? Not a Ferrari, but another high-performance luxury car by Maserati.
Good morning.
Ferrari acquired the company in 1997 and is reintroducing Maseratis to the United States. Cameras are strictly forbidden inside the Ferrari headquarters, so our visit is a rare look behind the closed doors of Italy's most famous car maker. While the main gate remains unchanged since the 1940s, the manufacturing plants are pure 21st century. From the high-tech wind tunnel where they test new car designs, to sophisticated robotics that make engine blocks, to the modern-looking, environmentally friendly architecture, Ferraris are high-tech, but handcrafted. Inside the secret world of Ferrari, the cars are carefully assembled. They take at least 8 weeks to build. On an average day, just 19 are completed. Working at Ferrari is very prestigious. For many, it's a childhood dream come true. The top job qualification? A passion for cars.
To have inside the blood the team spirit. This is crucial. Be very enthusiastic and accept challenge every day.
Each Ferrari undergoes strict quality control before it leaves the factory. No one would be happy paying 160 grand for this Modena 360 and end up with a creaky door. Before they leave the factory, Ferraris are carefully wrapped. And like a herd of thoroughbreds tucked away in the stable, they are packed into this garage where they wait to be shipped to all corners of the world, from Hong Kong and Japan to Beirut and New York. Nearly a third will go to North America. Behind the factory is what technically is a proving ground, but some might call it a playground. That's where we found the man many believe has the best job at Ferrari, if not in the world. Dario Benuzzi is Ferrari's chief test driver. The Fiorano track is Ferrari's own Grand Prix course, strictly off limits to the public. This is home to Team Ferrari and the inner sanctum to racing fans. Our cameras were allowed the rare opportunity to take some hot laps with Dario in a Ferrari 575M.
Driving a Ferrari is an amazing thrill, but at the same time, it's my job.
A staff of drivers will road test each production model, but when Ferrari develops a new car, Dario is the first to push it to the limit. His favorite Ferrari? It's the one they are designing in secret right now.
I can tell you in all sincerity that it's the car we're developing at this moment, but I can't tell you what it is.
When we come back, they say you always remember your first. I go for my first drive at the wheel of a Ferrari. They are a balance of art and engineering. A Ferrari is just about as close to a Formula One race car as you can get and still be street legal. Ferrari's prancing horse emblem has become a symbol of Italy. No matter where you go, everyone knows their logo.
It's very, very recognizable. We have an awareness that reaches 99% in most of the countries around the world.
What makes it a marketing marvel is they've done it all without advertising.
We never advertise. As a company, that's, I think that's the guideline of the company from 50 years ago. Ferrari never spent a cent to advertise the car.
To find out what makes Ferraris worth hundreds of thousands of dollars to car collectors throughout the world, I sat down with Maurizio Parlato, President and CEO of Ferrari in North America.
It is one of the 10 most recognized brands in the world. This is not buying a car. This is buying a legend.
That's true, that's true. We say that a Ferrari is not only an access to a car, but it's access a special lifestyle. It's very, very strong emotion or connection between the car you buy and the history, tradition of Ferrari, which has built for 50 years fantastic products.
If their business model was judged by volume of sales alone, Ferrari would be considered a failure. Just 1,100 new Ferraris will be sold in the U.S. in a year. Each of the 33 North American dealers have a set allocation, and there are never enough to go around.
You could make more cars and sell a lot more cars. Why do you make so few?
Because we want to keep the brand exclusive. We want to keep the pleasure for, I would say, the people who can afford, but also people who recognize the special spirit of Ferrari.
Almost any car in America, you drive it off the lot, and the price goes down a lot. Is a Ferrari any different?
Well, that's the reason for which we keep also the production limited, because the limited production keep the exclusivity and keep the second-hand price always very up.
And who buys them? There are primarily three types of customers, all wealthy, and all buying the cars for different reasons. First, car enthusiasts buy them for their race-inspired technology. Others buy them simply for the name. But then there are collectors. For them, one just isn't enough.
As we have collector of important paintings or horses, the same kind of approach is a mix between passion and aesthetic.
Wonderful machinery. It's a work of art. Some people hang their works of art on the wall and look at them. This is one that you can look at and drive around as well.
When your wife goes to ask you to get a loaf of bread, you're always saying, I'll get it, I'll go.
These collectors turned out to the Los Angeles Auto Show to check out the Ferrari display. They own around 10 Ferraris each.
The amazing thing is they really don't lose their value. So it's actually, I've done much better with my collection of cars in the last 3 years than I've certainly done in the stock market.
And then some.
And then some.
Whether they own 3 or 30, collectors agree the track is where it's at.
That's the fun about the car. I mean, it's a dual-purpose automobile. They've always been a dual-purpose car. You can take a race car that just ran the 24 hours of Le Mans and drive it home and pick up your wife and go for a ride.
Doesn't it just make you want to go vroom, vroom, vroom whenever you're at the stop sign in your own little town?
It makes the right noise. I mean, the car definitely makes the right noise.
This is a 355 Spider. It's a 1999. This is the last.
Don't expect much in the way of fuel economy from these cars. The bigger the engine, the lower the mileage. These 12-cylinder monsters have quite an appetite. Gas mileage ranges from 10 to 19 miles per gallon. And no one buys this car for its spacious trunk.
Here, I'll let you do that. Okay.
And in here we find...
Learn to pack light, okay?
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
In here we find the Ferrari car cover in a beautiful duffel bag. There's no spare tire. In this container is a bottle of Fix-A-Flat in case you get a puncture.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a bottle of champagne because
no.
you're just going to say, oh, well, we'll just stay here. I'm sold.
Every car is customized. No two Ferraris are exactly alike, but many choose the famous Ferrari red. Why red? It's the color originally assigned to Italian cars competing in Grand Prix races.
In fact, it's called Rosso Corsa, Racing Red.
Racing red.
And in fact, many people have come in and when they've ordered the car and they said, this is my first Ferrari, and therefore it has to be Rosso Corsa.
I love that. It's my first Ferrari. There's just this automatic assumption.
There's going to be many more to follow, and we like that.
Be bitten
we love
by
that.
The bug.
And there's some other options that are...
I'll get something that most Ferrari buyers don't bother with, a test drive. To make the most of my first time behind the wheel of a legend, I went to the North American headquarters of Ferrari and Maserati in New Jersey, about 20 minutes from Manhattan. This is no ordinary garage. Every single Ferrari that is delivered to the U.S. comes here first, where it is carefully unwrapped and detailed before being shipped to the dealer and its patient customer. On any given day, this garage houses several $1 million worth of Ferraris. Enzo Francesconi, the Vice President of Technical Services, showed me the Modena 360, $160,000 worth of Ferrari.
It's perfect. It was made for me. I can, you know?
The shifting speed, it gets close to a Formula One car. So between
There's a lot to learn.
Gear,
this Ferrari has the same sophisticated 6-speed shifter as their race cars.
Okay.
And the left one is...
There's no clutch. Just a tap on one lever behind the wheel shifts up, tap the other, and you downshift.
This goes beyond driving a car.
This is the car.
I mean, it's like you are the man, this is the car.
This is the car, that's it. This is the dream that everybody has. So.
And if I really start going fast and you want to brace yourself, look down here. It looks like you have another brake over there, but you really don't. That's just to brace yourself.
You will scare people for sure, so they have to.
Absolutely. Well, let's take it for a spin then.
Pulling out of the garage, I was just a little bit nervous. Here I was on city streets in a car worth more than a typical house.
A big part of the price you pay for this car is for the sound of the engine.
And there is a big study behind, because people love the sound of the exhaust. We invest a fortune just in developing the sound.
The Formula One shifter took just a little bit of getting used to. I already could feel the Ferrari mystique. Or maybe that was just the horsepower egging me on, tempting me to put my right foot down. New Jersey's Palisades Parkway was my test track. Driving a car with a top speed of just under 200 miles per hour, I could see why owners want to take these to the track. It's a little frustrating not being able to really open it up.
This handle's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tight.
You feel, glue on the road.
Absolutely, totally connected, and yet it's still an incredibly luxurious car.
And off the parkway, you have to remember how close to the ground you are. A big pothole could just about swallow this car, but the handling is worth it.
You can go to second very easily.
I go second here on the highway?
You can go and then you open the throttle, yes.
I can?
Yeah, I can do
second?
that. You can.
All right, here we
open.
go. Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa. I don't know if I should own one of these.
The car I drove may be awesome, but this is the ultimate Ferrari, the Enzo.
Yeah, like an airplane with wheels.
Everything that Ferrari is, the Enzo is more. More power, 660 horsepower from its V12 engine. More speed, 0 to 60 in well under 4 seconds, topping out at around 220 miles per hour. And more expensive, $650,000 if you could get one. This is an instant collector's edition. Ferrari will make just 399 Enzos, and all of them had buyers before they were even built. Some look at these cars and see technology, power, or even art. For the people who make them, they represent a carefully handcrafted product. For the few who can afford them, they're an extravagant toy or even an investment. And the rest of us, well, we can dream. For A&E, I'm Joan Lunden, and I'm out of here.